have to be a Canadian Experience class or federal skilled worker. You have to be eligible in the express entry in the first place. You have to have them authorize a copy of your ECA to be received by Ontario. You can do that by submitting a duplicate. The language test results, job offer, if you have it, work experience documents, proof of compensation, as part of your provincial nomination application for Ontario. In order to be eligible under the Ontario stream, there are a couple of things you need to be aware of. First of all, you have to be a Canadian Experience class or federal skilled worker. You have to be eligible in the express entry in the first place, of course. Secondly, you have to have at least 1 year of work experience in the NOC code in which you have been invited, which is your primary NOC code. And that work experience should be within the last 5 years. This is the Ontario's specific requirement. In addition to that, you should have at least a bachelor's degree as the Canadian equivalency for your education or your degree. A 3-year program will not cut it. These two criteria are extremely important. They are different than what express entry is. So please be mindful of that. If your work experience does not fall within the last 5 years, you will be ineligible. Your application will be refused. So please be aware of this condition. And as I can show you, you can move forward with these. These are the 2 steps here. Steps to apply. It tells you the document checklist. Again, if I click on the document checklist, guys, the list is incredibly simple, straightforward. They give you the summary. They tell you what you need. They tell you step by step what kind of documents you need, how you need to prepare them, what you need to include, what you don't need to include. It's all in here. Additional requirement for Ontario is that you have to authorize whoever is the agency that prepared your ECA or ECA or Educational Credential Assessment. For example, if it is WES, World Education Services, or CES, Comparative Education Services. Again, for both these institutions, you have to have them authorize a copy of your ECA to be received by Ontario. You can do that by submitting a duplicate report. Order a duplicate report on West portal, have it been sent to Ontario. I think it costs about $35 and that would be fine. As part of your application, I strongly suggest you take a screenshot of your order screen from WES while you're making this report and add it so that it's there. So many people's applications have been cancelled, rejected, refused because they forgot to order a duplicate copy of the report and send it to Ontario. So don't be that person, right? This is a very valuable invitation. Don't let it go. Now, it is only needed by 3 agencies that you need to order an extra copy. That is for Comparative Education Service. You can click on this and submit an online request form. You have to do it for Medical Council of Canada. You have to request a report to be sent to Ontario. And you have to do it for World Education Services, WES. This is how you will do it, okay? Only for 3 agencies. If your ECA is from any other agencies like ICAS, IQAS, ICAS, then you don't need to do this step, but you have to provide your ECA copy as part of your application. Moving on. So as you can see, the language test results, job offer, if you have it, work experience documents, proof of compensation, as part of your provincial nomination application for Ontario, you do not need medicals. You do not need police clearance, not at this point of time. You will need it once you get your nomination and you have to submit your PR application. So this is something, again, which you need to be aware of. Now, this is the document checklist. As I said, very simple, very straightforward, nothing complicated in here. But how do you submit your application? If I go back here, it tells you steps to apply. If I click on steps to apply for express entry streams, it will take me through the whole step. How will you create your express entry profile? Then you get invited. And then what is the cost to apply? The cost to apply is $1,500. That is what you should know. Do you get refunds or not? We will only refund the fee if we find your application is incomplete or you withdraw your application before they start processing it. So for example, even if you have submitted your application, they haven't still started processing it. In the meantime, you get an invitation from express entry directly. Withdraw your Ontario application. You will get your $1,500 back. So safe thing, safe bet to do, right? How do you submit an application? As you will scroll down this page, then you will come to this blue button, submit an application, click on it, and it will take you directly to the Ontario's portal. Once you're here, click on continue, verify, okay, continue. You will see if you haven't created a portal account before, then you will click on new applicant. Once you click on new applicant, it will ask you what kind of application you're trying to submit. Please go under the human capital priority stream because that is what you have received your notification of interest. Under that, you can choose Ontario's express entry human capital priority stream. Once you do that, you will click on yes, and then you put your last name, first name, passport copy, details, etc. It's very simple, very straightforward. From here on, you can create your portal account and move on. That is what you will need to do. I think that should explain it. That should tell you what you need to do. As I said, all this information is on Ontario's website. You don't need anybody's help. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, nothing complicated. Even your proof of fund requirement. Even if you're a CEC, Canadian Experience class, you need proof of funds for Ontario's application. Unless if you are working, you have a job offer, then you can provide your pay stubs and your job offer, and that would then let you go off with your proof of fund requirement. But otherwise, if you do not have a job currently working in Canada as a CEC, then you will need to provide proof of funds as well. Apart from that, as I said, very simple, very straightforward. Please do not let this opportunity with Ontario go, because this is very important. Now,